this is going out to the public at large. Doing a training today on how to create a segment in your Aweber back office. Okay, now this can be very important. This is for those who have a list, and so for some of you this is going to be a little more advanced, but you'll have this video to draw off of in the future as you build your list. It can be very helpful. Okay, now to illustrate the importance of a segment, I'm going to try to explain this to you. It's not the easiest thing to explain, all right? Okay, here I am getting ready to schedule a message, okay? It's this message right here at 5 a.m. on Saturday. And now, the situation, I'm using this as an example, you know, a lot of us are in Instant Payday Network, Empower Network, and as you know, we teach in Empower Network that we should send out 2 broadcasts a day to our team at least 5 to 6 days a week, okay? Typically do that. You send the first one between 5 and 7 a.m. in the morning, make it short, quick, punchy, you know, because people don't have a lot of time in the evening. You encourage them in the morning and in the evening. We send out a training that we do or someone else does, or we send out income proof video so that they can see that other people are making money in this business, okay? Now, what happens is you get into the situation, okay, for example, I schedule 2 broadcasts to be sent out to my team each week. I do it on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It takes me about an hour or so, and all of those broadcasts are scheduled to send out for the upcoming week. Okay, that's 2 broadcasts a day. Now, what happens is when I get new Instant Payday Network people coming in, okay, those people are also going to be getting messages from the Instant Payday automated system, autoresponder. They're going to be getting 7 messages over the course of 10 to 15 days, typically. Okay, so because of that, there's a situation created here where those new opt-ins could be getting 3 messages a day, and you don't want them to get 3 messages a day. That's too much, okay? So you want them to only get a couple of messages a day, because remember, they would be getting the Instant Payday message, and they'd be getting two of my broadcasts as well. I don't want them to get over 2 messages a day. So how am I going to make sure that that doesn't happen? That they only get 2 messages a day, 5 to 6 days a week. So what I will do is I'm going to show this to you right now. Okay, I will create a segment. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to create a segment in just a moment. It's not difficult. But when I create my broadcast, okay, we're using this as an example. I've created my broadcast, and this is for the Saturday. For Saturday at 5 a.m., I'm getting ready to schedule that broadcast. If you're an Aweber, you know what I'm talking about. So on the right-hand side are all of my lists here, and I can choose to send this broadcast out to all of my lists, or I can just choose to send it out to one list, however I want to do it. All right, now, my Instant Payday list, okay, I've chosen my Instant Payday list up here, okay. This is who I'm sending it out to, and then this list over here gives you all of your other lists that you can send to as well if you want to, okay. But because I chose my Instant Payday list, this broadcast is going out to my Instant Payday list, all right. Now, remember on that Instant Payday list I have some new opt-ins, and I only want these new opt-ins to receive my 2 broadcasts after they have received their 7 auto-response messages from the Instant Payday Network system. I don't want them to receive my 2 broadcasts while they are receiving their auto-response messages from the Instant Payday Network program. Okay? So to stop that, I had to create a segment. And when I'm getting ready to schedule these broadcasts, I go to Send Segment, and I click on the drop-down menu. And this is the segment that I created, IPDN over 7. This segment will send messages only to those people who have received up to their 7th auto-response message. Okay, so I'll click on that, and now this, being that I've chosen my segment, the rules of this segment will apply to all of these lists down below. Okay, when I send out this message, it will only go to people who have received their 7th auto response message in Instant Payday, but it will, if I choose any of these other lists that I have, it will also only send it to those people on these lists who have received their 7th auto response messages. For example, I have an Empower Network list right here, okay? And those people get a series of 80 auto response messages over a course of about 150 days. Well, because I chose this segment, they will receive, the Empower Network people will only receive this message if they have received their 7th email or auto response message through my autoresponder on my Empower Network list, okay? And it applies to all of these other lists. If these other lists are receiving auto response messages, it applies to them as well. They will only receive, the people on these lists will only receive this broadcast that I'm sending out if they have already received their 7th auto response message from the program that they're in, such as Instant Payday or Empower Network, okay? So, in order to do that, I had to create this segment. So I choose my segment, I choose my list, and then I hit schedule, and it sends out only to those people that I just described. Now, the question becomes, how do I create this segment? And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. It's not that hard. All you got to do is, to create a segment, you go to Subscribers, Manage Subscribers, okay? Now, to use as an example, because I've already created a segment for Instant Payday, I'm going to change my list to a different list. This is a really small list here. And so I'm going to create a segment for this list, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I choose the list, I select all the names of the people on that list come down here below. I go to Select Field drop-down menu and I click on Last Message Number. That refers to the last auto response message that these people on this list have received, okay? So last message number is, I'm going to choose 7. I'm going to put in the number 7, okay? And then I'm going to click Search. And all of the people on this list who have received their 7th auto response message in, for example, this is an Instant Payday list. All these people who have received their 7th auto response message in Instant Payday, their names come up, okay? So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to, it says Save as Segment. I'm going to name that segment, okay? So I'm just going to call this Test since we're just doing a test, okay? And then I'm going to hit Save. Okay, error, your segment name is too long or too short, 5 characters minimum. Okay, so it's got to be 5 characters. Test over 7. Okay, and then I'm going to hit Save. Success. The segment has been saved. Okay, now, so I've created that segment, right? And that segment, test over 7, is right here. All right. If I go, say, to broadcasts, okay. Say go to, I'm going to send this message out. Let's say, okay, so I'm going to click on this message, and it's time to schedule this message that I'm creating here. So if I want to send it only to to the segment that I just created, I go to Send to Segment. Test over 7 is right there. I click on it, and I then hit Save My Message. Now if I want to send it to these other groups as well, through this segment, I click on all of these lists as well, and it will send it to these lists, but it will only send it to the people who have received 7 auto response messages up to this point, okay? Then I hit Save Message, and the message goes out. Now, I hope that made sense to you. Now, okay, so in this case, let's say you didn't want to send, let's say now, on a particular day, you want to send, let's say, one message to the people that you have created a segment for. You can just go back to all subscribers and send it to everyone on this list and all your other lists as well. Okay, and it won't send it to just the people who have received 7 auto-response messages. It will send it to everybody. Okay, and you made that happen by simply changing the segment. Okay, you're sending it to all subscribers instead of the test over 7. Okay, all right. So that is it, you guys. This can be very helpful so that you don't inundate your subscribers. You want, just like everything else in life, balance is such a critical element in everything that we do in life. If we overdo something, it's not good. If we underdo, it's not good. You want to be balanced. And this is a good way to be balanced when you're sending out your broadcast messages, because remember, staying in contact with your list is the second part of the equation to success in your online business. The first part of the equation is marketing daily. The second part is taking care of your list. When you don't want to overdo it, and you don't want to underdo it, you want to be right on the nose, right on target. So this is a good way to do it. I hope this works for you, and I wish you the very best with your businesses, and God bless.